Maude Cobb Activity Center in the East Texas city of Longview. Population around 70,000. Capacity in this building around 3,000. And they expect to be full today as the crowd gets set to watch the United States boxers take on a contingent from Argentina. Hello again, everyone. I'm Al Michaels, and today you'll witness the beginning of a long road, a road that will culminate in the 1988 Summer Olympics in Seoul, Korea. For the United States boxing team, this will be the first of 4 matches they'll be involved in over the next 5 weeks, which will bring you. They'll take on Argentina today, the Soviet Union in a couple of weeks, also a team from Ireland, and they'll be taking on a team from Korea in February as well. It's a total rebuilding process after the great success in Los Angeles, where the U.S. contingent wound up winning 9 gold medals, 1 silver, and 1 bronze. 35 of the top 36 American amateur boxers prior to the Olympic Games have turned pro. Several, in fact, have already made their pro debuts. Mark Breland is 2-0. Pernell Whitaker and Evander Holyfield were also extremely impressive in their debuts. So they really begin now from scratch the long road, which will end 3.5 years from now in Korea. And you'll be watching the first step today. And our first bout is in the light flyweight class, 106 pounds. Carlos Eluaiza of Argentina against Brian London of the United States. London lives in Fort Worth, Texas. Went to school in Arlington, Texas, halfway between Dallas and Fort Worth. He's a left-hander, and he comes out aggressively. Both men, in fact, left-handed in this first bout. Now, in amateur boxing, 3 3-minute rounds. There is the 20-point must system in effect. 20 points to the winner of a round, 19 or fewer to the loser. If a judge sees the round even, he gives each man 20 points. The referee, who in this bout is an American from Cincinnati, Raymond Cartier, does not figure in the scoring. The 3 judges do, this bout being judged by 2 Argentines and 1 American. Safety is paramount in amateur boxing. All of the scoring must be done by only the white portion of the gloves. The referee can issue a standing 8 count, and there is a mandatory 8 count in effect on a knockdown. And as you can see in amateur boxing, the mandatory headgear. Good first round action here with London getting him up against the ropes. Eluaiza of Argentina, who's been fighting for 3 years. London in the past has exhibited a weak defense. He's been prone to taking significant blows, but he comes out aggressively here. That's one of the things he has been working on. In the past, he oftentimes has taken 2 punches to get in 1. But he's active. Light flyweight at 106 pounds, halfway through. Round 1 in Longview, Texas. Trying to work underneath. At this point, he would be considered a long shot to make the 1988 team. He is not one of the more heralded amateurs, at least at this point. But with so much time between now and the Olympics in Korea in 1988, it would be very, very difficult to foretell exactly who will make the American squad. Some of these fellas will obviously improve greatly as Ronnie continues to try to penetrate the defense of Eluaiza. Others, meanwhile, some of the more heralded fighters may see their skills erode or diminish, or in fact, they might even leave the program between now and 88. So almost impossible to, as I say, foretell the composition of the 1988 team. Good left hand delivered by Eluaiza. But it's been London's round. He's been the aggressor. He's had Eluaiza up against the ropes for the most part. The common chant now around the country, USA, USA. As the first round comes to an end in this first bout of the competition. Second round commencing now in Longview, Texas. First bout of the competition, light flyweight category. The American boxer, Brian London from Texas. And Carlos Eluaiza, his opponent. London, 5 feet 3 inches. Eluaiza, an even 5 feet. Both men coming in under the 106-pound limit. Two left-handers facing each other. And we scored the first round for London on the strength of his aggressiveness. Had eluaiza against the ropes for the most part, as is the case right here. Trying once more to work underneath, to work on the body of eluaiza. Now going up top again, back underneath. Good right hand by Lonnie. Again, he's doing more of the scoring here in the second round, as was the case in the first. Decent right thrown by eluaiza, who is able to get away from the ropes in this rather smallish ring. Only a 16-foot ring here in Longview. Halfway through the second round, and a caution being issued by the referee Raymond Cartier of Cincinnati to the Argentine corner for coaching, which is illegal in amateur boxing. Again, eluaiza up against the ropes, and it's difficult to score from there in either form of this sport. As London again taking charge here in the second round. Has been boxing now for 7 years. However, very little international experience. In fact, this is his first international bout. London made it all the way to the finals at the U.S. National Championships in Indianapolis. The readjustment here of the glove by the referee. London losing in the finals in November to James Harris, so he wound up with a silver medal at the U.S. Nationals. Harris is considered the leading American prospect at this weight, and chances are we will see him over the next few weeks as this series continues. Waning seconds now of the second round, and again we would score this one for the American on the basis of aggressiveness, throwing more punches. Brian London of the United States. The end of the second round. So he's been active throughout. He's had eluaiza for the most part up against the ropes through the first 2 minutes. As you look at the young man, the age of 20, from Texas. This is pretty much indicative of the type of action now we've seen in the first 2 rounds, with eluaiza up against the ropes. London attempting not to let him escape from that position and trying to work inside. Brian London, the American light flyweight. Of course, next Sunday, Super Bowl 19 from Sanford Stadium, and it's the matchup just about everyone wanted. The Miami Dolphins, who come in with a mark of 16-2. The San Francisco 49ers 17-1. Dan Marino, Joe Montana and company. Super Bowl 19 on ABC next Sunday. So here we go now, the third and final round at the Maude Cobb Activity Center in Longview, Texas. Brian London of the United States and Carlos eluaiza of Argentina. Among the other things the judges look for in amateur boxing, aggressiveness. Again, you must score with only the right portion of the gloves. And basically what it amounts to is a knockdown punch. Really has no more effect in the judge's view than a simple straight right or left hand. Judges really looking for an exhibition of boxing skill. And the man who can exhibit the most in their estimation is normally the man who will come out the winner, not necessarily the man who does the most damage in a fight. action here in the third round. Crowd very much into it in Longview. Later on in the program, they'll be taking a look at, in effect, a man who would be a local favorite, Sanford Robinson, whose home is not far from here in Marshall, Texas. Again scoring, and the referee stepping in here, cautioning the Argentine to keep his head up to avoid butting. Stop! Now a stoppage here. And again, that's the second caution to the Argentine corner for excessive coaching. You hear the referee say stop, it also stops the clock. And once again here, a stoppage, and that is the second caution for keeping his head up. So the corner has been cautioned twice for excessive coaching, and Eluaiza, as if he didn't have enough problems already, has been cautioned twice to keep his head up. Pretty impressive performance for Brian London of the United States. Good sustained action in this one, as is often the case when you get down in the lower weight classes, and this is the lowest, in fact, the light flyweight class at 106 pounds. So the two still going at it right to the very end, as this first bout of the competition between the United States and Argentina comes to an end. Brian London, the left-hander, Carlos Eluaiza. London with 7 years of boxing experience, and here's the decision.
In the blue corner.
No surprise. Brian London winning what turns out to be a unanimous decision. And so the first bout of the competition belongs to the team from the United States, leading Argentina 1-0. 112-pound flyweight division, Carlos Salazar, who was on the Argentine Olympic team in Los Angeles, will be taking on 18-year-old Richard Duran, who's been fighting since the age of 10. There is Salazar. He lost in a walkover in the first round at LA. 20 years old, 5'2". And Richard Duran, who is taller at 5'5", 112, out of Sacramento. Started boxing when he was 10 years old, and some people feel that Richard Duran might be the best on this team right now. Very good lateral movement. Stops punches well. And they say he's got quite a bit of savvy for a youngster just 18 years old. So we'll see Duran here in the first of 3 3-minute rounds. The referee from Argentina, Mr. Morillas. And here we go. Duran coming out aggressively. And a good exchange. Remember, you must make contact with the white part of the gloves. Duran of the United States and Salazar of Argentina. Good right hand delivered by Duran, who was able to escape Salazar's thrust and then counter very, very nicely with a good right. Tries to work his way inside again in a very good exchange. Salazar not giving ground either. This one has the makings of a good bout. Duran not confused, at least initially, by the left-handed style of the Argentine Salazar. Duran landing with several punches here in the first round. Looping left hand that sounded more effective than it really was, eliciting a big ooh from the crowd here in Longview. coming up on the halfway mark in the first round. Duran in and out, pretty much dictating the pace. Good left hand there as he tries to penetrate the defense against Salazar. Well, you could call him an Olympic veteran in as much as he was on the team, but again, as the referee calls for a momentary halt here because the left shoelace of Salazar became untied, and that in amateur boxing does stop the clock with 1:18. But Salazar, we said, a veteran of the Olympic team, even though he did not actually take part in Olympic competition, losing his first round bout in a walkover. Richard Duran. Several of the boxers we'll be taking a look at today would have to be considered long shots for the '88 Olympic team because there's a long way to go. Good left hand right there, but Duran would be one of those not necessarily in that long shot category. Good first round action here. And a left hand as he came up from behind, and he decks him with a left hand. And down goes Salazar. No count being given here by the referee, as it is all over right now. The ring physicians coming to the aid of Salazar, who was moving away, and then Duran chasing him toward the corner. Came up and with a left hand sent him to the canvas, and he gets up. It was a very anxious moment while he was on the canvas, with the physicians rushing to his aid, but you'll see it again here. This punch, as much as anything else, really stunned him. This the action just preparatory to the end. A good little exchange. Salazar then starts to back away and starts to move back into the corner, with Duran measuring him and still chasing him. And then it appears as if Salazar is asking for a halt at that particular point with his left hand up in the air, apparently asking for a stoppage. You would have to take it to mean that. And Duran coming in and delivering the punch that ends summarily this contest in the first round. So the decision is about to be announced. We'll try to find out exactly what it was Salazar was attempting to get the referee to do at that point, with that left hand up in the air as if to indicate he wanted the fight stopped for whatever reason. He appeared to be in pretty decent shape prior to that left hand, though he had just been involved in that exchange with Richard Duran. And the announcement about to be made now.
The winner in the blue corner,
that's only his second international bout. Only 18 years old, and quite stylish was the word about Duran prior to this one. He exhibited very good speed, good lateral movement, and good punching power as well. As we take a look one more time, Salazar perhaps stunned by the prior exchange. Looks like he's quitting at that point. And in comes Duran, hits him with a left hand, and that does it for Salazar as the U.S. leads 2-0. Congratulations. Did you see him attempt to stop the fight, though, with his left hand going up just prior to that last punch?
No, I didn't. The ref didn't say break, so I felt it was still a fight, so I hit him with the left hook.
What do you think that was all about? We're in the process of checking that out right now. Do you have any idea?
I might have hurt him with the blow that he couldn't continue or something like that.
All right. Did things go pretty much according to the way you had hoped prior to the bout?
Yes, I wanted to go out there and box him, use my jab, set everything up, not rushing into anything, through my combinations. I got it off, and it worked for me.
Looked very good tonight. Is there any one particular thing, though, you're going to work on over the next couple of years?
Yes, working on, like I said, just keep on training hard and working on my combinations and my defense, hit and not get hit.
Well, a very impressive beginning. Congratulations to you.
Thank you. And I'd like to thank my coach, Don Conley, at home for everything.
Now leads Argentina. The next American fighter we'll be taking a look at is that man. Obie Beard, lightweight, 132-pound class. And if that name sounds familiar, well, it should, because his brother, Jackie Beard, was a great amateur fighter, won the '79 World Cup, was the '79 Pan American Games champion, made the 1980 team, and obviously has had a big influence on his younger brother, Obie.
Well, he was a big influence. He helped me get into boxing, you know. I would see him go to the gym, and, you know, I want to be just like him, so I got to go into. And he would teach me new moves and boxing skills.
Jackson, Tennessee, the hometown for the Beards, and that's where Jackie has given Obie quite a bit of advice over the years.
Well, he told me if you fight international competition, you have to box and score more punches. And if you can't beat him by the first round scoring punches, you got to get in there and fight him.
Coming up now, the 132-pound lightweight bout between Beard and the Argentine opponent, Florentino Vergara. Veteran, there he is, 5'3½", his listed height, and he's been around for a while, 27 years old. He's the oldest Argentine in here tonight. And Obie Beard, a considerable height advantage, 5'8", just 18 years old, so pretty much beginning his amateur career, even though he does have some experience that goes all the way back to 1981 in the Junior Olympics. So the younger brother of Jackie Beard, who, by the way, is ranked in the top 10 in the world featherweight professional rankings, taking on Vergara. Obie Beard, pretty stylish boxer. He can go toe-to-toe with you if he has to. This is only his second international competition. He's been boxing since 1981. And he was involved in a U.S.-Canada dual meet in '84. First round action from Longview, Texas, in the oil fields of East Texas, before a very enthusiastic crowd at the Maude Cobb Activity Center. And open seating here tonight for this U.S.-Argentina competition. In other words, the earlier you got here, the better your seats. And so everybody showed up as soon as they opened the doors, and 3 hours before the first bout. John Hollis is the third man in the ring, the referee from the United States. 2 Argentine judges and 1 American judge are scoring this one. Obie Beard against Florentino Vergara. Halfway through round 1. Vergara got staggered, but really it was more of a slip than a response to anything thrown by Beard. Beard trying to work his way inside, but Vergara effectively keeping him away. Beard lands a decent right hand, tries to work inside with the left, comes back with the left again, but Vergara showing good movement, picking off many of the punches. Five-inch differential for Beard. Normally it's the smaller man who tries to work his way in, as Beard is able to hit him with a stinging right hand. Half a minute now to go in round 1. Beard very, very active, showing good movement, and pursuing very much the aggressor here in the first round. So round 1 is winding down. Obie Beard from Jackson, Tennessee, and Florentino Vergara from Buenos Aires. Round action now between Obie Beard and Florentino Vergara. United States leading overall in this competition, 3 bouts to 1. Again, just to refresh you, in amateur boxing, 3 3-minute rounds, 20-point must system, done by scoring done by the 3 judges at ringside. The referee has no voice in the scoring, and the referee can issue a standing 8 count. Good movement again exhibited by Vergara in the second round. Beard has yet to attempt anything in combination. In fact, anything even isolated here through the opening stages of round 2. Beard, the more aggressive of the 2 in round 1, appeared to land more blows, which is important in amateur boxing. But he's yet to unleash really much of anything outside of that here in the second round. And now he begins almost on cue in the second minute of the round to start putting the pressure on, working underneath, trying to get inside. Now a wild left hand that misses from Beard. And he has Vergara covering up as Hollis separates the pair. Beard pressuring him against the ropes. Working underneath, uppercutting, working the body, now going back on top, trying to find the opening there, but Vergara has been able to deflect almost everything that Beard has thrown up top, so Beard goes back to the body. Second round action, the United States against Argentina. Combination right there. And the shots to the body, no doubt, beginning to take their toll on Vergara. Beard, who started slowly here in this second round, dominating the second half of round 2. Under a half minute now remaining in the second round. Obie Beard, the brother of professional boxer Jackie Beard. Jackie, a former great amateur, and that's what Obie's desire is right now, to make the Olympic team in 1988, something Jackie did in 1980, but of course he was unable to manifest it because of the Olympic boycott that year. As the second round comes to an end. It appears to be customary for the Argentine fighters not to use stools. They've been standing between rounds. They did that in the Olympics as well. And here we go for round 3. Hollis with a caution, warning the Argentine that he must strike those blows with the white portion of the gloves. Beard exhibiting some very nice boxing skills here. One of the words that has been applied to him is stylish, and I think you can see that, especially over the next 3.5 years, he has the opportunity to develop into an outstanding amateur fighter. He seems to possess the requisite fundamental skills, has good movement, appears to have some decent punching power. And with some work, who knows? It's a long way to go before Seoul, but pretty good first step here for Obie Beard. One of the things, of course, that must be considered when you are this far away from another Olympian is whether or not all of these amateur fighters will indeed stay in the program that long. Beard comes back with another right. And again, a caution being issued here to Vergara. Beard has been the pursuer. Beard continuing to throw those punches. She's been working very effectively on the body. Final minute of the bout. Body punching, somewhat overlooked occasionally in amateur boxing. In the pros, it's used extensively to wear down your opponent in a fight of 10 to 15 rounds duration. Beard has been using it extensively, and you would think effectively in the minds of the judges thus far. Again, you'll notice the clock stopping when you hear the referee say stop for whatever reason, to issue a caution or for any other reason. The clock stops in amateur boxing. And so this one winds up, and we've given it on our card to Obie Beard as referee Hollis again calls for a stoppage with just 2 seconds remaining in the fight. So Obie Beard, the lightweight out of Jackson, Tennessee, coached by Rayford Collins, appears to have picked up a victory over Florentino Vergara, the 27-year-old veteran. Beard nearly 5 inches taller than his opponent and working underneath. Just to illustrate some of the work that Beard did here as we take a look at action in the third round, close quarters. By this point, Vergara trying to get inside, but unable to unleash really anything. And it was Obie Beard who pretty much dictated the pace in the third round. So right now, John Hollis has brought the two men to the center of the ring, and here comes the decision.
The winner in the blue corner,
no surprise right there as Obie Beard wins it. And after 5 bouts, the United States now leads 4-1. Responding to your victory as they still acknowledge you with the cheering in the background. Did that go pretty much according to the way you had planned, Obie?
Yes, it did. He was a little tougher than I thought he was going to be. I was throwing combinations. He would keep coming, I'd back off and jab me, keep coming. So I just decided to box him a while.
Now, you did quite a bit of body punching. Is that something that people can expect to see more from you in the future?
Yes, sir. Because throwing body shots slow your opponent down. And I think he kind of slowed mine down tonight because I was working his body pretty good and he kind of slowed down.
Is that something that maybe your brother passed along to you by any chance?
Yes, sir, because he's short and stocky. He has to work the body. So when he worked with me, he used to work my body and turn me down. So I decided to work other people's body and turn him down.
I mentioned you appear to have outstanding fundamental skills, and you look like the kind of fellow that very well may make the team in 1988. Do you plan to stay in amateur boxing through the Seoul Olympic Games?
Yes, sir. I believe I got a lot to work on, but by the time 1988 come, I'll be just right for it.
Okay, very impressive today. Thank you.
Sir.
Obie Beard, the winner. Pounds light welterweight class, you have Raul Machado of Argentina and Kenneth Kidd from Jackson, Tennessee,
Kenneth Kidd.
as is Obie Beard. So Kidd and Beard have known each other for quite some time, and we'll see if Kidd can follow in the footsteps of Obie Beard as he takes on Raul Machado, who's only 18 years old. He's from Buenos Aires. U.S. has won 4 of the first 5 bouts. First round action. Kidd has a 4-inch advantage. You saw Beard with a 5-inch advantage, utilizing it effectively in his victory. And now Kidd comes in the next highest weight class with a similar type of height advantage. Kenneth Kidd. Machado takes a right hand and gets staggered, followed by a left. Machado still trying to work his way inside. and appears to have weathered it for the moment. I thought he was about ready to perhaps go down, but he just kept pursuing, kept trying to work his way in. He really took a damaging blow, and Kidd pursued him. But Machado is hanging right in there with him right now. Again, enamored of boxing, and you heard it many times during the Olympic Games. It's not really the force of the blow or how much damage it did. Quite often it's the frequency. Judges looking for boxing skills. And those skills are as important oftentimes as one good straight right hand that decks your opponent. Good right hand by Machado. Both men have been able to score here in the first round. Referee is Osvaldo Bisbal from Argentina. Down he goes. It's scored as a knockdown and a mandatory 8 count as Kenneth Kidd hits the deck here in the first round. The crowd is booing. They thought it was more of a slip than a knockdown, or a trip perhaps, but it was scored as a knockdown as Machado continues his pursuit. Waning seconds of the first round. Well, we can judge for ourselves. If you take a look at the trip, slip, or knockdown, in effect it was ruled a knockdown. Left hand there appeared to have been pushed down.
Now you can hit this guy with one hit to the body, hook to the head, but you gotta go behind the jab and then dig that hook. Like we're working in the gym, hit that right hand, dig that hook to the body. I guarantee the ball will be over there. Come back to right hand, give him the combination. You're too smart to hit with right hand like this.
Well, we're really looking forward to next weekend. On Saturday, Wide World of Sports, Donald Curry and Colin Jones. That's a very good fight. WBA World Welterweight Championship live from Birmingham, England. And also the Super Bowl 19 countdown from Stanford Stadium in Palo Alto, with the game itself, Miami and San Francisco, coming up on Sunday. Second round action. Kenneth Kidd of the United States. Raul Machado of Argentina. Hectic pace set here early in the second round, with Kidd trying to work underneath. Kidd appears to be perhaps the more polished of the two, but he's in with a pretty tough customer in Machado. Machado giving away close to 4 inches. He's a brawler. Despite being judged by 2 Americans and 1 Argentine. Caution issued to Machado from the Argentine referee. The headgear dislodging, so an automatic stoppage here with 1 minute and 56 seconds remaining in the second round. Not a particularly artistic bout, but it's a good action fight. Headgear became mandatory last year in the Olympic Games, and this was a scene that we saw from time to time in the bouts in Los Angeles. Headgear coming loose. The stoppage here And, of course, the clock is stopped under these circumstances as the referee moves in. Referee Wiesball for a closer look. So, in effect, we have a stoppage here, which is about the length of what it would normally be between rounds. Close to a minute. So both ought to be pretty fresh right now, and they look like it as they come out slugging. They're taking the worst of this exchange as it appeared in the first round, but now back he comes. Kidd trying to pin him in the corner, and Machado effectively working his way out. Referee cautioning Machado to keep his head up, avoid butting. Second round. Final minute of the second round here. Two of them slugging it out in the middle of the ring here in Longview, Texas. Again, as we say, not particularly artistic. It has not been the best exhibition of boxing skills you'll ever see. But if you enjoy watching a couple of guys slug it out, that's what you're getting here. A lot of punches thrown by both men. Man in the best shape may stand the best chance to win this. And again, they were given that little extra time to breathe because of the headgear coming loose. Good left hand absorbed by Kidd as Machado has been scoring with effectiveness. Blood forming in the mouth of and around the lower lip of Kenneth Kidd as the second round ends. Third and final round in what's been a slugfest in Longview, Texas, as the U.S. takes on Argentina. Kenneth Kidd out of Jackson, Tennessee, and Raul Machado from Buenos Aires. Machado missing with a wild right hand. Two appear to be in pretty good shape, showing a lot of movement, but not throwing nearly as many punches in the opening minute of round 3 as opposed to the first 2 rounds. Machado nearly getting spun down 1 minute into the third and final round. Kidd attempting to counter. Machado with that wild right. Again, the bloody lower lip of Kidd, who absorbed another right hand from Machado. That lip bloodied near the end of the second round. Good right hand again by Machado. But Kidd keeps fighting back, and again Kidd takes a right followed by a left. Machado landing the more effective punches. Kid knows he's been in with one tough customer right now in Machado, who's only 18 years old. Machado shifts to a left-handed posture for the moment and then goes back orthodox. Kid staggering a bit, and the pace beginning to tell here in the third round. But it's been a good action fight. As the two have slugged it out, and no doubt the crowd will respond when the bell sounds to end the third round in what's been a very good action fight here in Longview. The judging should be very interesting. 2 American judges and 1 Argentine. So the folks here in Longview, this town of some 70,000 in East Texas, enjoying this one. Early in the round, Kidd taking that right hand from Machado, who comes back with that right. Machado was not giving any ground, and then a decent left hand thrown by Kidd. Emblematic, typical of the sort of exchanges we saw throughout the fight. That was early in round 3 and late in the third round. Kidd trying to put the pressure on, but back came that right hand that staggered him from Machado, who again was not giving away anything at all. And then he tried to measure him, and the two of them putting on a good battle. Here's the decision.
The winner in the red corner, Raul.
Well, you can't dispute that. Good action fight and a deserved winner. Raul Machado of Argentina, winning this one at 139 pounds, and the United States now leads 4 bouts to 2. The Cobb Activity Center, the United States now leads Argentina 6 bouts to 3. In the 147-pound division, the American representative Alton Rice out of Washington, D.C., but he was a loser, falling to Pedro Franco of Argentina. Franco, the winner in the welterweight classification. Then at 156 pounds, it was Ray McElroy of the United States, fighting out of Long Beach, California, who won a decision over Dardo Canseco. McElroy, the winner at 156. Meanwhile, Frankie Swindell won in a walkover. His would-be opponent, Hugo Corti, was injured in training. We move now to the light heavyweight bout, 178 pounds. Roberto Villalba of Argentina against Ronnie Hughes, who makes his home now in Harker Heights, Texas. There is Villalba. He's tough at the age of 24. And Ronnie Hughes, 27 years old, married, 2 children. He is a communications specialist in the United States Army, born in Florida, living now in Texas. Big favorite here, and ready to take on Villalba, with the United States on top 6-3. One more victory would clinch this overall competition for the U.S. team, the first international competition of 1985. First round action. Good right hand, and that staggered him, but it is ruled a slip. It is not a knockdown, as Hughes went immediately to the canvas. It appeared, though, that he was stunned. Still, it was not ruled a knockdown. Villalba missing with a wild left and then connecting with a right, and down goes Hughes, and that is a knockdown, and he will take the mandatory 8 count. So he's been down twice, but only 1 knockdown, and Ronnie Hughes stunned early by Villalba. Villalba with another right hand. That staggered him, followed by a left. Hughes is in trouble, and that's it. That's it. The referee, Raymond Cartier, steps in to stop the fight as Villalba came out and completely stunned Hughes at the very outset of the round. And that's it. 1 slip, 1 knockdown, and then the referee stops the contest. Again, Villalba with a left hand getting it underneath, and then that right hand, followed by another right, leading to the knockdown. And subsequently, the end of it for Ronnie Hughes, the light heavyweight, 27 years old, the oldest boxer on the American squad representing the U.S. team here in Longview. And Villalba right there with what turns out to be the easiest victory thus far for the Argentinian team. The official announcement being made now in the center of the ring.
In the first round on a referee stop contest in the red corner, Roberto.
So Villalba now makes it 6-4 as the Argentines stay alive as they seek at least a draw in the overall competition, with the United States leading 6-4 and only 2 bouts. That will feature that man, Sanford Robinson, from nearby Marshall, Texas. So Sanford Robinson about ready to enter the ring, and earlier he talked about why he started boxing.
My boxing career was like, at high school I used to get beat up all the time. And then I saw Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier boxing, and I said, and all the girls liked them, all the women. I said, all the girls liked them. It was hard for me to get a girlfriend because I was a fat little guy. And so I was like, I said, I want to be like him because the women liked him and everything. And so I went and fought, and I got beat up. And then him and Winston and George Cooper and George Foreman saw me out there, and so they kind of told me to come to the camp, and that's where I started at.
So the 25-year-old Sanford Robinson will be in action next, and with a victory he could clinch it for the United States. And the crowd loves Sanford Robinson because he's from Marshall, Texas, as he takes on Nestor Samudio. Marshall not very far from where we are in Longview, about 15 miles. So no doubt with everybody not only, of course, rooting for the United States contingent, as to be expected. They've been waiting for this one. And it's Robinson, spurred on by the crowd. It comes out extremely active as he gets Samudio in the corner early in the first round. Referee cautioning for holding behind the head. Referee Francisco Morillas of Argentina. So the two slugging it out toe-to-toe here in this heavyweight division contest. Sanford Robinson, 6'3", 210-pounder. He was staggered by a right hand, and Samudio keeps the pressure on. Samudio trying to work inside Robinson's defense. Robinson with his mother looking on. He got staggered by that right, and he's been basically inactive since. So after a furiously paced opener to this round, the two just holding on right now. And after sitting through a card where you watch the lighter weight men do battle with hand speed, such an important factor, it's a stark contrast when we get up into this classification. Halfway through the first round. Robinson's coach in the Army was Hank Johnson, who's here with the team tonight. Again, Marias with a caution, telling Robinson to keep his head up. The Argentine boxer had complained to Marias about butting. Very crude is the Argentine, but he's landing the majority of the blows is Samudio here in the first round with 40 seconds remaining in round one. Samudio begins to hang on. Robinson with a right hand, and Samudio with an awkward lunging left is somewhat shaken, and Robinson with a right hand knocks him down here in the first round. Mandatory 8 count, Issue to Samudio, who still doesn't know where he is. And the contest has been stopped. Sanford Robinson of Marshall, Texas, with the victory. Official announcement coming up. Winner in the heavyweight class. The smiling Sanford Robinson.
The winner on a knockout in the blue corner.
Well, that's exactly what they came to see. And so did Mrs. Robinson, his mother. Sanford Robinson ending it on a first-round knockout. Exactly what everybody came to see. Is that what you had in mind for the fans tonight?
No, but it was a plan like this. They wanted me to box him. And I seen that he was coming for me a lot stronger, right? So I just decided I'm going to take this bum out. You know, I'm not a bum, but he's a good fighter. The dude is really good. But I decided right then I'm going to take him out because he was kind of coming a little fast.
Were you at all hurt in that first round?
No, I wasn't hurt at all. I didn't get hurt. No, I didn't. He was kind of smothering my jab. I was going to box him. But the ring in itself is small. And when he started coming on me like that, I decided I'm going to have to fight it with him. And I'm as strong as he was.
Your mom with us, Jessie Robinson. Were you at all nervous in that first round?
I was nervous. I thought he was going to lose. And that's something that we ain't never had, seen him lose. You know what I mean? He always been a champion. And when it seemed like he was fixing to go down. And I just had to get up and had to help him a little. You know what I'm talking about,
Well, as it turned out, we're going to take a look at it as we look at the replay here, Sanford, and take us through the knockdown now.
Okay, see right there, I was starting out with a straight right hand because most European fighters, they fight like, they come straight at you, The European fighters, they're good for taking a right hand. So I had a right hand and the left hook lead with a left hook, and I knew they were going to bring him down because most of them open for the right hand.
Were you a little bit more pumped up in light of the fact you were fighting here tonight?
Oh, yeah, I had to because my mother was sitting out there, and I can't lose my mother. I said, the guy, he was kind of jumping on me, and my mother was out there, and I was looking at her, my sisters, my little brother over there, and I said, hey, I got to do him. I got to do this dude then.
Well, you're sending him home happy. Congratulations.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's nice. It's nice for my mother. And my father over there, he over there. I guess he over there, But,
he's proud of you.
Yeah, they all proud of me. I love my mother and my little brother and my two sisters.
Okay. Sanford Robinson, the final bout of the competition, super heavyweight class, Juan Antonio Diaz of Argentina, 6 feet even and 215 pounds, representing Argentina, and for the United States, Wesley Watson. With this competition already clinched, Wesley Watson, 22 years old, but he's only been boxing 2 years. 6 feet 4 out of Wilmington, Delaware. He's in the United States Army and stationed right now at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. U.S. Army champion in 1984. Good right hand. Wesley Watson against Diaz as Watson tries to work his way inside. John Hollis, the American referee, issuing a caution to Diaz. Scoring being done in this bout by 2 Argentines and 1 American. And down goes Diaz. Diaz on the canvas, a mandatory 8 count, and Diaz is not going to get up. Hollis has stopped it. 1 punch did it from Wesley Watson. Out of nowhere, Watson stepping in and ending it. Embraced now by Hank Johnson in the American corner as Diaz is still down, and Wesley Watson, with very, very little boxing experience, really an untested man, but an impressive victory in the sense that he took care of Diaz, and he really did it with one punch, and it came out of nowhere early in the first round. The official announcement being made right now as the two acknowledge each other, and Wesley Watson has given the United States what turns out to be an 8-4 victory over the team from Argentina. As this competition has come to an end, and here's the announcement.
On a knockout in the blue corner,
Wesley Watson, who finished third at the U.S. Amateur Championships in Indianapolis last November, taking care of his opponent Diaz in the first round. So a successful first international competition for the budding American boxing unit in 1985. Let's get a word with Watson. Well, Wesley, that ended in a big hurry. Was that your plan?
No, it was. I wanted to go the distance. I needed to work because I leave here to go to Puerto Rico. I know I was going to catch him because he kept on looking at my feet. It was just a matter of just catching with the right hand or the left hook. I was going to hit him with one of those.
So you figured you had the opportunity, you might as well exploit it at that point. Well, let's take a look now, and we'll see exactly what you're talking about as we go back and watch the knockdown in progress.
It's right there. Boom.
Yeah.
I was going to come back with the left hook. It was just a matter of time before I caught him. You see, he kept looking at my feet.
Well, you say you wanted to go the distance, so you're concerned about your stamina at all at this point?
My stamina was great. Stamina was beautiful. I just need to work, that's all.
So your next confrontation will be when now?
In Puerto Rico, probably next the 20th or 21st. I am in an Army, and I fight for the Army team, Fort Bragg team, and we fight against them over in Puerto Rico because they came over here before they went to the Olympic Games, and we fought, so we're on a return trip.
Well, people now basically, they see what you've done today, and they're wondering about your future and whether or not you will now stay with this program, or do you plan to stay with it through 88?
I plan on staying with the program. I plan on staying with the program until 88. I'm not going to predict anything or say anything that I might jeopardize later on, but I want to stay with the program.
Too many things could happen.
Yeah. A whole lot of things could have happened. Too many things could happen. A whole lot of things happen. So I'm going to stick with it as long as I'm here in the Army.
Very impressive tonight. Congratulations. Okay. Wesley Watson, the winner. And the United States overall defeats Argentina, the final.
What should be a